Have you ever wondered how the internet, a seemingly invisible force, connects every corner of the globe? This global phenomenon we call the internet is not as intangible as it seems. It's a vast network, a digital cobweb that links individuals, businesses, and governments, enabling us to share, learn, communicate, and transact. Every day, we engage with this global network. We send emails, stream videos, play online games, conduct business, and even control smart devices in our homes. But have you ever stopped to consider how all this is possible? How can a message from London reach Sydney in a mere fraction of a second? This global interconnectedness is not just about satellite signals beaming down from the sky. It's not solely about the towering cell mast we see dotting our city skylines. The answer, my friends, is far more tangible and far more fascinating. The answer lies beneath the ocean waves in the form of undersea internet cables. Journey back to the 19th century, when the first undersea cable was laid. It was a time of innovation and exploration, an era where the world was starting to become a global village. The first transatlantic telegraph cable, laid in the 1860s, was a marvel of its time. It connected the old world with the new, allowing for instantaneous communication across vast oceans. But this was only the beginning. As the decades rolled on, so too did the evolution of these undersea cables. The telegraph cables of the 19th century gradually gave way to telephone cables in the 20th. The first transatlantic telephone cable, TAT-1, was laid in 1956, enabling voice communication between North America and Europe for the first time. This was a game changer, but the best was yet to come. The late 20th century saw the advent of fiber optic technology, an innovation that truly transformed the way we communicate. These cables, thinner than a human hair, could carry a vast amount of information over long distances at the speed of light. The first transatlantic fiber optic cable, TAT-8, was laid in 1988, and it marked the dawn of a new era in global communication. But the journey was not without challenges. Installing these cables was a Herculean task, requiring specialized ships and advanced technology. They had to be laid carefully, avoiding underwater mountains, trenches, and other obstacles. Maintenance was another issue. The cables were vulnerable to damage from ship anchors, fishing nets, and even curious sharks. Yet, despite these challenges, the network of undersea cables continued to expand, connecting every corner of the world. Today, there are over 1 million kilometers of fiber optic cables lying on the ocean floor, forming the backbone of the internet. They carry almost all of our international data, from emails and phone calls to streaming videos and financial transactions. From the telegraph to fiber optic, these cables have revolutionized global connectivity. They have brought the world closer together, making it easier for us to communicate, share information, and understand each other. As we look to the future, we can only imagine what further innovations lie ahead in this fascinating field. But what exactly are these undersea cables, and how do they work, you might ask? Well, let's dive in. Undersea cables, also known as submarine communication cables, are a fascinating blend of science, technology, and engineering marvels. Inside these cables, data travels at the speed of light, connecting continents and enabling global communication. At first glance, an undersea cable might look like a thick garden hose, but it's far more complex than that. Inside, it's a highway of light. At the very heart of the cable are one or more optical fibers, each thinner than a human hair. These fibers carry pulses of light, data from one end of the cable to the other. Surrounding these optical fibers is a layer of plastic providing some insulation. The next layer is a sheath of stranded steel wires, giving the cable the strength to withstand the ocean's pressure and the occasional shark bite. Yes, you heard right, sharks do sometimes take a nibble. Next, a copper tube encases these layers, acting as a conduit for electricity. This electricity is crucial because despite the speed of light, signals do start to weaken over long distances. This is where repeaters come into play. Repeaters are spaced at regular intervals along the length of the cable, about every 60 to 70 miles. They boost the signal, ensuring that your data doesn't fade away into the ocean's depths. Think of them as relay runners in a marathon, passing the baton of your data from one to the next, keeping the pace steady and strong. Finally, the entire cable is wrapped in another layer of plastic and then a layer of armoring, often made of steel wires, to protect against the harsh undersea environment. So, there you have it, A simple undersea cable is actually a complex, highly engineered lifeline, transmitting terabytes of data across the ocean floor every second of every day. These undersea cables, though invisible to us, play a crucial role in our digital age. Despite their unseen nature, undersea cables have a profound impact on our lives. They are the silent, submerged heroes, enabling global communications and data transfer at lightning speed. Every tweet, every email, every video call you make, chances are they've traveled through these deep sea pathways. Imagine the world of international business. A stock trader in London buys shares from a company in New York. This transaction, almost instantaneous, is made possible by these undersea cables. Or consider your favorite cloud-based apps, storing your photos, files, and even your favorite playlists. All of this data is zipping back and forth under the sea, connecting continents and cultures. In the era of globalization, these cables are more than just physical links. They're the backbone of our digital world, the arteries of information that keep our global society pulsing and thriving. Indeed, our digital world runs on these undersea highways. So, we've dived deep into the ocean's depths and explored the world of undersea internet cables. We started our journey by recognizing it as a global phenomenon, understanding how it connects continents and cultures. We then took a step back in time, tracing the dawn of these cables, the pioneers who envisaged this intricate network, and the technological evolution that has brought us to where we stand today. We also delved into the anatomy of these cables, appreciating the complex structure and the marvels of engineering involved. We then analyzed the significant impact these undersea cables have, not just on global communication, but also on economies, societies, and our everyday lives. It's fascinating, isn't it? This invisible network that lies beneath the depths of the ocean, silently powering our digital world. The next time you surf the web, remember the intricate network of cables beneath the sea that makes it all possible.